and welcome back to the DoneDeal YouTube channel. And today we have the MGHS. And originally I thought this might be just another one of those family SUVs. However, I have to say, after driving it for a few days, it is remarkably good. The interior is phenomenally finished, the powertrain's fantastic, and overall it's been a joy to drive. In this video, we're going to cover 5 things you need to know about the new MGHS. Number 1 is to do with prices and also the different specs, because there are 2. The first is the Excite, and that's about 41,000 euros. And then for about 44,000 euros, you can get the Exclusive, which is a little bit more premium, has a few more bells and whistles. For example, you get an electric tailgate, wireless charging, a brilliant 360-degree camera, which makes parking fantastic, and some heated seats. However, my advice, if you want to know the exact little differences, is always go to your local MG dealer. You can find out where that is through the link up there. Number 2 is to do with engines. And right now there, you can probably hear that is a 1.5 litre petrol engine. And it has about 140 brake horsepower, and conveniently, as I've closed the bonnet, it's turned off. And that's because this is a plug-in hybrid. So it also has an electric motor and a battery. The electric motor is about 150 kilowatts, and the battery, well, that is a 24.7 kilowatt hour battery. Now, what's really cool about that is pretty much the same size as the original Nissan Leaf, which means you can go very far in pure electric mode. In fact, you can go about 120 kilometers, which is really impressive. So your day-to-day driving could be done pretty much entirely on electric. And on that subject, let's go for a day-to-day drive. Before we go for a drive, let's just talk about this interior. It is gorgeous. The tan leather, certainly, I think you have to opt for this. It really just elevates it. It makes it nice and bright, but also makes it feel like a really premium German car. Now, in terms of the fit and finish for the rest of the car, you've got these 2 big 12.3-inch screens. Now, the driver's display one, brilliant. You've got your petrol range, your electric range, your maps comes up on it. It's really easy to use. Then over here, this is where you control your climate control. Your volume's actually deep buried in that, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. I suppose my only bone to pick with it is CarPlay is wired, which is just, I suppose, a bit archaic in 2025. Now MG are addressing this, the new MGHS PHEV, that has wireless CarPlay, so it is coming, but it's just a little bit behind in some cars like this. But overall, lovely wireless charging, because this is the exclusive version, and as a whole, a lovely place to sit. And actually, rear space is quite spacious, and there's even 2 ISOFIX points too. So what is the HS like to drive? Well, around town, it seems to really be able to handle speed bumps quite well. I sometimes feel plug-in hybrids with big batteries, they tend to have almost a weird reject on the suspension, but this just glides very, very smoothly. And as a whole, it's a good size. It's slightly on the big side, but that's okay. And you know, it's very easy to live with. The 360 camera makes parking a billion times easier. And also your mirrors are controlled on quick and easy access buttons. So if you need to see curbs or anything like that, life is pretty easy. Then once you get out on the open road, well, it has MG Pilot, which is essentially MG's version of autonomous driving, or as close to autonomous driving as you can get. It's superb. Put it on the motorway, turn it on. You don't have to think too much about your speed. It will adjust with the cars in front of you. You don't really think too much about your lanes, because it helps you keep in the centre. And it just makes long driving an absolute dog. Now, what I really want to talk about is the engine, because you can have it in hybrid mode, which I have it in right now, but you can also hit the little driving icon and you can move it into pure electric mode, and then it is just pure silence. And that's a great way to go in and out of the city. And if you did have a sub 50 kilometer commute every day, you could go to and from work in pure electric mode. It also has this little camera, which it's currently beeping at me for, because I'm looking at you rather than the road. And that's one thing I don't like. I sometimes feel like someone is just sitting in the office of MG Ireland watching me. Like, oh Dave, you're not driving very well, you're talking to the camera or whatever. But as a whole, lovely car to drive. It has close to 300 brake horsepower, which gives it a good oomph, but at the end of the day, it's the guts of 2 tons, so it's a heavy car, so it's not like driving a Golf 4 or something like that. But it is a good setup overall, very easy to live with, and very comfortable. Last but not least is the boot. So very important in a car like this, and it is a good size boot. It's kind of a little bit in the middle of the segment, so 507 litres, which is bigger than some and smaller than others. You can also fold the seats down a 60-40 split like pretty much all of its competitors, and then it goes close to 1500 litres. Now I suppose things to point out is there's a load cover here which is just really easy to use. I can imagine if you've got prams and kids, having the simplicity of that and not having to pull it out awkwardly is a big win. There's also no load lip here, which again, putting buggies in, golf clubs, whatever it might be, that will be easier. There's also a little bit of netting. One thing is there's no real storage under here for your charge cables. You get something small in there, but not actually your charge cable setup, which is a bit of a shame. Overall though, a nice boot, and having the electric tailgate in the exclusive just makes life a lot easier.